Welcome back to MPL Recall. Ako pa lang yung host, si Leo. We're joined here by Rockheart and Honey Glaze. Let's take a look back at week number 5 of MPL Philippines Season 7. Babalikan natin ang mga nangyari, yung mga laban na naganap, and of course, we'll be playing clips so that we can all reminisce as to how the weekend came through. Maraming points na nakuha, maraming points na nawala, may mga upset, pero unti-unti nakikita natin kung sino nga ba talaga ang nananaig, sino ang magiging upper bracket, sino magiging lower bracket, and more specifically, sino ang malalaglag. We're gonna be playing those clips right now, and we'll start with Week 5, Day 1. This is Signal Ultra versus LPE na sweep ng LPE ang Signal. Honey Glaze, you watch this match?
Very dominating yung mga naging simula dito ng Signal Ultra. Although nung kakaroon kasi ng lapses in which yung mga positionings pa rin talaga yung nagme-make sense dito para ma-pick off ng LPE, yung mga core heroes nila. And nakita natin dito onto this highlight, yung galawan ni Arvs with the diversion plays. Papasok siya with the Grak, then yung stuns, kasama na lang din ng rotation dispersion, and doon natin makikita yung upper hand when it comes to the team fights ng isang Louis. Going into the series number 2 naman ng Bren versus Blacklist. Ang ganda sana ng start na dito ng Bren Esports. Although, nagkaroon sila ng lapses naman in which hindi nila kayang masustain or hindi nila kaya yung sustainability rather ng Blacklist dito. Kaya nagamitan tuloy sila ng sama-sama tayo kind of strategy dito ng Blacklist. And there goes down the opportunity ng Bren na makuha nga yung first game nila. But on to the second game, ito yung pinaka-crucial part for Blacklist. Nakuhaan sila ng 4-man kills upon Blacklist dahil trinay nilang i-aggressive yung base turret nila dito up against Ben. Kaya naman ngayon, nung nakuha nila yung 4 kills na yun, hinabol pa nila si Esmeralda and in-sweep na kaagad ng Bren Esports yung mid lane dito laban ng Blacklist. And ito yung pinaka-crucial game between the second series is that nakuha ng Bren. Nandito na yung sinabi ni Coach Ducky na na-outdraft nila yung Blacklist International dito. They went in for the Uranus side lane na hindi ko inasahan actually kung paano nila makukuha yung opportunity na yon up against Blacklist International. But going into the Series 3 ng Day 1, we saw such a dominating game between Exe and Onyx PH in which there are chances na nagkakamari pa rin talaga ng mga setups dito. Yung isang link for the side of Onyx PH in game number 1, but in game number 2 nakakuha ng momentum dito ang Execration with Chaknu plays with the Atlas. Nandun yung setups ng Fatal Links, and doon kasi nagkakaroon ng advantage yung Atlas kapag may Estes na kalaban for the enemy team. Kailangan nila yung ganitong kapag kasi may Estes ka, kailangan sama-sama kayo ng mga kakampi nyo para makapagbigay ng additional buff and additional sustainability. Pero nakita natin nga na grabe naging upper hand ng mga clash na yun for the Atlas para ma-set up niya yung Onyx, and there goes the win for Execration in game number 2.
Yeah, parang yun ang kinailangan yata ng Execration para matutunan nila na ito yung kailangan ibigay na hero kay Chaknu. We'll see another match by Execration later wherein they learned na dapat Atlas or Kufra ang bigay nyo dito kay Chak para lumabas ang Chak Mamba. Rockheart, let's talk about Day 2 here of Week 5. It was a shorter weekend, dalawa lang ang laban.
Yeah, it was actually a short week, and medyo bitin ako ng day na yun, so totoo lang. Pero I think this is also a good example of how, Execration would really like to usually play. Like to play it really compressed. Alam mo yun, pretty much the same actually with how Blacklist wants to play with the lineups that they're creating, except this time around, obviously, Chaknu was on a different hero, like you guys mentioned, and it just doesn't feel like it's the thing, diba? For Execration, Chaknu, give him heroes like this, diba? Yung mga ganun lang naman eh. Yun ang kailangan natin kay Chaknu, and he can make magic happen. Kaya nga Chak Mambay. Kaya nga ganun eh. So, right after this one, obviously, there's gonna be an Execration Blacklist 2-1 in this clip. I feel like they were doing some pretty good stuff. And, Blacklist, obviously, meron pa rin silang, alam mo yun, the factor of giving Wise the Granger. I really like it when Wise is given the Granger in these scenarios. 404, by the way, dito sa clip na nakita natin ngayon. And for a reason. I mean, may mga ingay social media na, oy, bakit lagi na lang Granger si Wise? What is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
And pinaliwanag yun na mabuti, like, from everyone in Blacklist, like, boys, we're winning. What is wrong with that? And this is a good example of that as well. And on game number 3, obviously, come on, they are just continuing the trend. Obviously, with I don't know, sorry, this is Signal na pala, no? This is Signal Onyx na. So, ito yung experimental pala na ano.
Oo, ito
Na
yung may
bitin
glue.
the game na to, experimental glue games ng Signal. Sabi ni Signal, sige, tuloy na natin to. Mali mo, pagana natin. And it almost did. There were moments there I was thinking, Signal, pwede ah. But the problem is, obviously, Onyx is just so great at closing out games. They're not the best team in the early game, but in mid to late game, I give it to these guys. And controlled by Kyrie, ano ba na-surprise ako eh? Si Kyrie dati jungler to. Tapos ngayon, binibigyan siya ng mga Lunox, binibigyan siya ng mga Eve. It works out well. And again, yung mga moments na ganyan ni Kekedot, yun yung mga times sabi ko, glue. Pwede. Kaso, again, we all know what happened there. 2-0 still by Onyx.
Yeah, we'll talk more about glue later on in the show. But let's jump on to day 3 here. Ito, back to 3 matches. No? So, dito bayad na bayad ang casting namin. Kasama dun si Rockhart. This is LPE versus Blacklist. This is another sweep by Blacklist.
Yeah.
Very beautiful na entrance dito or introduction for LPE. Nakuha nila yung early game rotation and early to mid. Ang ganda na naging factor na nakuha nila yung control up against Blacklist. Kasi nandun din kasi yung diversion plays and si Jake the Dog nakakakuha rin ng pick-ups kay Wise and napipigilan niya nga yung pagkuha niya ng mga resources throughout the jungle. And to the commendable plays dito pa ng ginagawa ng LPE is that si Bimo mismo, yung mga turtle take niya, especially yung pag-wild charge niya, pero kasi onto the times na nagkakaroon sila ng lapses when it comes to the clashes up against Blacklist, nandun din kasi yung pressure with the use of the Matilda dito ng Oh My Venus Airlines. Pero going into another series of the third day, nakikita natin dito yung potential nga ng Aura when it comes to the early game. Grabe yung triple assassin setup na ginawa nila dito against Bren, na nakuha nila yung early game potential, nakuha nila yung mga pick-offs, pero onto the game number 2 naman, dito naging passive na yung playstyle ng Aura compared to the game 1 na naging aggressive sila, pick-off sila ng pick-off, early phases. Then dito medyo na dehado sila since they got disaster dito na labanan ng mga alaga to in game number 2 ng second series on third day of the MPL. So medyo nag-alanganin na yung Aura when it comes to that composition. But in game number 3, bumalik ulit yung siklab dito ng Aura. Nandun na muli yung damage output nila, nandun na yung pagiging aggressive play sa sila, and what a move from the members of Aura when it comes to that series. But going into the last series naman of the third day, nandito na yung potential ng Omega when it comes to the early game, pero nagkaroon kasi dito ng chances sina Yawi, sina Jem na makakuha ng mga pick-offs and yung playstyle pa nila up against NXP. And yung game number 2 pa ang nakakakaba sobra for Omega since nadali sila ng mga objective playstyles na lang dito ng NXP. Hindi nila kinakaya when it comes to the clashes, pero at the very last clash, nagkaroon nga ng Lord dito yung Omega, pero nagkaroon naman ng opportunity ang NXP to swipe down the upper lane from the side of Omega, and doon nila na 2-0 sweep ang Omega Esports.
Yep. Second time na ginano ng Omega. And kaya siguro nung day 4 medyo galit na galit sila. Parang gigil na gigil sila. Rockhart, let's look back at day number 4 of week 5. We'll start with Aura versus NXP. Parang wake up call yata to eh. Kasi nanalo NXP, tapos yung next day, ginising sila ng Aura.
Yes, exactly. And again, this is a reminder for everyone that you are facing a 2-time champion. You can't be hindi ka pwede maging lax. As good as NXP is talaga, hindi ka pwede maging lax against the heart of the champion. Nakakita natin dito sa series na to overall. Actually, I was surprised and I was expecting that it was going to be a better game for NXP, but apparently it was a 2-0. And here, obviously for work, In execution, I feel like, you know what? It's a showing. It's a flex. This game was an absolute flex. I was thinking, ito yung series na pag nagawa to ng work, na patunayan nila that, you know what, we are on the upper echelon. Like, we have faced almost everyone. We've proven that we're not always gonna win, but we are gonna win more times than you think we will, considering that we are rookies. And that is a statement. This is work right now in season 6, season 7. Imagine what happens in season 8, diba? And obviously, there is a very good chance that I think secured na ba sila? Secured na work for season 8. I think so.
For the playoffs at least. But again,
For the playoffs,
we're not
sorry.
sure. Yeah, we're not sure where
season
everyone
8
is for season 8. But
For season 8, yeah, because obviously there are rumors that we can neither confirm nor deny, obviously. Pero yeah, this is definitely the form that we want to see from a team like work. And by the way, if ever that does happen, yung rumors na yun, these guys are gonna be in for a good shot, obviously. And again, Omega versus Onyx. This is what we're talking about, man. Gigil kung gigil. This is Omega in its true form. Hajizi on the Granger, sarap panoodin. And thank you, Kenji. Salamat sa pagbigay ng magandang glue game dun sa in this series. Actually, I'm not sure if it was going to be perfect. Kinakabahan ako when it was on the draft. Pero yeah, they did show that, you know what, we can do it. We can do it. And ito yung game na hindi pinahinga ni Heath, yung Onyx. As in, nag-Hilda siya, men ah. Kailan natin huling nakita Hilda? Tingin ko, last season pa eh. And hindi niya binigyan ng opportunity yung Onyx buong laro. As in, kawawa yung jungle ng Onyx with Hilda and everyone was surprised.
Yep, Hilda to the face. Again, yun ang trademark ni Mr. Fundamental. Si Heath coming back to play for Omega. Ang daming great moments. And again, you brought up some important points, Rockhart. But some of them we'll go back to later. Kasi marami pa tayong topic ngayong araw na to sa MPL Recall. Kayo guys, meron ba kayong mga favorite moments from the past weekend's matches? Put it in the chat. Alright? Ang daming na-impress din kay Arvs, kina Aspect. We have some fans of LP here, si Chester. And of course, Josh, di ba? Yung Hilda ni Heath, nakaka-inspire. Buti na lang meron na ako nung Aries Zodiac skin. But right now, we're gonna go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll discuss the potential dropouts from MPL Season 7. Stay with us. You're watching MPL Recall. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving us a like and subscribe to the channel. You can find us on Facebook via the link in the description. Thanks.